Hey, Whit.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to the Urban Pharmacy Podcast, my friend.
Oh, thank you. So excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you. All right. Little backstory. Whitney and I know each other from our brand coach, Steph Weber of the Weber Co. I know you've heard me drop that name before. I know you've heard me talk about our business coach or my brand coach. That is how Whitney and I connected. And today you're going to hear from Whitney a little about her story. And we're going to talk about network marketing because I believe fully that network marketing has a really awesome place in a holistic approach to business because it's another stream of income. And, as entrepreneurs, we can choose to have multiple ways to make money. And network marketing is just one of those things that can be completely pivotal in your life. And Whitney is a good testament to that. So, and it's really completely transformed your life, Whit, like in so many ways. So I know that you're muted, but are you ready to talk now?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right, cool. So yeah, tell me about yourself. Like, tell me about how you got into network marketing, and then we're kind of going to talk about like where you are now and what you're doing.
Okay. So my story is very interesting. I did not have a 9 to 5. I actually prayed for a 9 to 5. Like that was my goal. That was my end goal. At the time I was working at Texas Roadhouse. I worked there for about 10 years. And it was what I felt the only thing that I could do because it was my first job at 16. I even went to college for hospitality management to manage restaurants because it's just the only place I felt like I was good at. It was the only thing I knew. And so it was very safe for me. Now, it did lead working in restaurants, period. Well, anything really with the service industry where you have to, deal with the public regularly, I feel like can really affect your mental health. And so I was taking in a lot of other people's emotions, other people's stresses, not only from the guests that would come in, and we would cycle so many guests. Like, I mean, it was to a point where every face looked the same for a while. Like I just cycled so many people. But the employees, the upper management, so I was middle management. So I feel like I got it from the employees underneath, the serving staff, the kitchen staff, the guests, the upper management when I was the one working the store. So what this led to for me was binge eating and binge drinking. These were the two things that I had complete access to for free. And it's what made me feel better at the time. And so I eventually got out of the Texas Roadhouse job because, my marriage started to suffer. I was coming home at 1:30 a.m. I still didn't have any money, and I don't know how because all I was doing was working. I missed every single holiday with the family, Easter, Christmas Eve, all of those things, graduations, weddings. I missed out on everything. It was even to a point where me and my coworkers would say, well, we're each other's family now, like to try to make it seem like we were in control, like we wanted to be there with each other, knowing that we didn't. And so that took a big toll on my health. I got out of Texas Roadhouse and I went to work at Ball State University, still in the dining department, still nights, still weekends, still holidays, but there was no bar. And so that's the main reason why I was like, okay, I need out of here. I need to get a little bit more into the institutional side of the only thing I know how to do and what I got my degree in, which was restaurant management.
Yeah.
And so Ball State gave me free classes, free tuition, which was an amazing perk to get another degree. So I was like, okay, maybe this is my chance out of the restaurant industry. Maybe I can learn something else. And so while I was working at Ball State and taking those classes, I was sitting in a math class. I remembered how hard it was for me to get my first degree. And I used to also be on ADHD medications too. And so I was thinking like, shoot, like, do I just do it? Do I just get back on these medications? It'll probably only be a couple years. But then that led to me drinking, smoking cigarettes, staying out all night with my friends. And I didn't want to go back to that lifestyle. So I was looking up natural things to help me focus. one of those things that came up was CBD oil. And this was 2017 when we were just kind of figuring this out about this secret cannabinoid, this secret plant that we never had access to, but could help us in so many ways. And so I was like, oh, my friend sells CBD oil. I'm going to go talk to her. Before that, I was kind of lazy, and like what a lot of us do, even though we have a friend that sells something, we still, like, if it's in a local store, it's like, but I could just go grab it, knowing that those products are probably not going to work quite as well, and you don't have a resource to go along with them. So I went to the local coffee shop that had this big square sign, CBD sold here, just like every gas station, just like the stand in the mall. And so I went and I took their CBD oil. Felt awful, felt so bad. And so I was like, what was in that? And then I looked it up. There were 8 ingredients. So I was like, okay, well, that's probably not good. So then I went to the health food store, bought a bottle of CBD, what I thought was CBD oil. It was a $40 bottle of just hemp oil disguised as CBD. I know. And so I was like, oh, shoot, like, well, at least I have salad dressing.
That's right.
I was like,
dang.
Or like
furniture sealant, like a natural furniture sealant.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I could use this for something else. And then I finally bought through my friend at the time. She actually brought over her bottle, which was a dark forest green, transparent, or translucent. I could see right through it. And I saw her take it, and I was like, that doesn't look like what I tried. And so anyway, long story short, I tried the product. It worked for me. I was able to sit down without making those excuses like, oh, I need a glass of water, or I need to stretch, or I need to put the laundry, whatever we tell ourselves to not sit still. And so I stopped doing that. And so I was like, well, I'll push the affiliate button. I mean, what's going to happen? And there's very few things that I like always remember in life. I remember the time I started following Steph, my brand coach. I remember thinking like, I don't know why, but this is a big thing that I'm following her, and pressing that affiliate button. It's almost like a wave took over, like my life's about to change, which I think that was a big part in me going all in, because from the moment I clicked that button, I was like, okay, that's it. And within 7 months, I left my full-time job at Ball State University, where I was a supervisor, and it's like supposedly, oh, one of the best jobs in Muncie you can get. It's like everybody said that. They're like, you can't leave. Everybody wants to work there. And I was like, yeah, no, like this is my chance. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So when I did not know about about the binge drinking and binge eating, I did not know about, I thought you just went straight from Texas Roadhouse to doing your network marketing company. I did not know that you had that little interim and made that choice, that conscious choice to get out of that toxicity and, level up. And, you were super aware of that, which I think is amazing. And then I also, I mean, dude, I used to do the same thing. I'm like in high school. And I mean, even after high school, like I felt terrible. And I also was on Adderall for a very, very long time. And I believe that was all part of, like my bad behaviors, impulsive behaviors, etc. And okay, so I feel like we have a lot in common there. I mean, so you and I already didn't have enough in common, but there we go. That is super interesting to know. And now we're both in network marketing, and also not just network marketing. We have other things going on in our life, which we're going to talk about here. But let's talk about first, before we talk about now what else you do, which is amazing. Whit is a network marketing coach. What do you think people need to know about network marketing, and why do you think it's such a smart decision to make if you want to be an entrepreneur in some capacity?
Oh, wow. Well, if you aren't already in network marketing, I would say it's great, because it's the perfect gateway into entrepreneurship. The perfect way to start. You will build your brand, you will build confidence, you will build a network. You don't need any of this stuff prior to start. So once you click, like I said, I clicked that button as a restaurant manager, and I learned as I earned. So that was like the coolest thing to me. It was like training. And the hardest part is you do have to put yourself out there, and there is no necessarily failing in network marketing. The only way to really fail is to quit. If you make a post and you get 3 likes, who cares? You just can't care. You can't let that stop you from making the next post. And that's how we all start. So you start where you are. And you can't compare yourself to other people in network marketing. So for instance, one of my uplines, she was a business owner, an online business owner who specialized in branding and graphics. So she obviously had a head up over me. She already knew how to build brands. She did it for brick and mortar businesses. She helped them with their online presence. And so of course, she hit 6 figures in her first year, and she was able to, shut down her business. And so I think what was good for me was putting myself in the room with her and learning from her and taking away the competition, the expectations, the judgment, and something I learned to do, because that stuff does creep up, especially the competition and comparison. Replace the face. When you see a picture of somebody and they got their brand new Lexus and they want it and they're going on their 3rd vacation, replace the face and do that until you can genuinely tell people congratulations. That was like one of the best things that I learned, and good things started happening to me when I started to be genuinely happy for the people who it was happening for. So if you aren't already in network marketing, just know that it's the perfect gateway into entrepreneurship. And then eventually, I will say, in the beginning, you are overworked and underpaid. That's how you will feel. And at the end, you'll be dramatically overpaid and very underworked. And that's why we do it. We do it to set up for the future. If you are in network marketing, I would say keep going. Keep going, stick with what you're doing, and just set a time, even if it's like 3 to 5 years. I'm going to do this for 3 to 5 years, no matter what anybody says to me, no matter how many likes I get, no matter if one person joins me a year, I'm going to do this for 3 to 5 years, no matter what. And then that way you can take away that expectation of, like my story, I got to leave my full-time job in 7 years or in 7 months. So you won't think, okay, 7 months, it takes 7 months because it depends on so much, your network, your previous experience, your branding, how you make people feel. There's just so much that goes into it. So if that's what I have for you, if you're not already in it, know that it's the perfect way to get into entrepreneurship, to get your start, to build your network, to learn all these things while you can earn money. There's this quote that I read one time, and it was like, the good thing about network marketing is the low entry cost. The bad thing about network marketing is the low entry cost because people will quit. And that's okay. So when you see those statistics, they're like, oh my gosh, 99% of people fail at network marketing. Just know 99% of people, well, I can't say that for sure, but a lot of people just press that affiliate button to get a discount. Or because why not? It's no extra charge to get a whole link to potentially make money. So they're not having that, they're not building the business to build the business. They're just pressing the button. So don't let that statistic scare you of that 8% or whatever.
I mean, and here's the deal. I do think it's a massive, awesome thing that network marketing is a low price of entry. Like, look, I invested nearly 30 grand in a Pilates studio. It should have been more, but I actually bought it from somebody else who had made the initial investment in like the machines, which are like ridiculously expensive. They're like 8 grand each. Like, you can do that and run a business, or you can start a network marketing business typically for under $1,000. I mean, you could start it for 50, you can start it for like literally with no products in hand. Like if you really wanted to, that's not super easy, but, and not all network marketing is actually product related, but here's the deal. Like you have an opportunity. And if you just are like super curious about what it's like to work for yourself, or to like, take a little control of like your income and not have to like answer to somebody else or show up, at an actual job where you have to leave your family, like, why don't you give it a go? I mean, there's so many brands out there like that. If you align yourself with, and you believe in what they're selling, and you believe in what they stand for, like, why wouldn't you, honestly? And it can just be completely life-changing. And I had the same experience, but like, I remember, I'm pretty darn sure I was sitting at the island, like when I signed up for Beautycounter, and like my mentor, my now mentor, like I didn't know who this woman was. That's a story I can tell on another day. Like, but I trusted her enough because she was in this business for business. I joined the business that I'm in now, like because of the health aspects that it has, that makes an impact on people and their health. And all I did was trust her and know that there's a huge opportunity. She was a mom of 6 at the time, or maybe it was 5 at the time. Maybe it was even 4. I don't know. I've been doing this for 5.5 years, but she's had a lot of babies. And like, I'm like, look, if this woman can do this with this many children and, make it work for her, I can do this. Like, I just have a business. I don't even have a kid at this point. Like, why not? Right. Like, if she can do it, I can do it. And it, like, I can talk about whatever I truly believe in. So that's what I want to encourage our listeners here to do today. Like, look, if you're listening to this and you've been buying that jewelry for years and you really, love it, or if you've been buying the makeup or the skincare or the CBD oil, or like, there's so many brands out there that are doing good in the world. Like, why not? Why not try? So Whit, you had fast success in this business, and that, like you said, is pretty, rare. It is. Not to say you can't have great success in network marketing, but very quickly, that's pretty rare. And, within 7 months, that's amazing that you were able to quit your full-time job and pursue this. And now that I'm actually thinking back, I was about like 9 months in, I think, with mine. And I decided to sell my studio. And I was like, look, oh my gosh, I can be at home. Like with my now son, he was like 2 months when I decided I want to sell my studio. And it almost seemed too good to be true, but it's not. I mean, this opportunity is there. So like, what did you have to do to get to where you are? I mean, you said you need to put yourself out there. You said you need to have like, you don't have to have like this massive, amazing brand, but like doing a business like this, like you have to be willing to put yourself out there, talk to people. What did you do to get to where you were?
So that's a good question. And there's some things I did wrong too. What I did right, well, this had no, I couldn't really plan this way, but before network marketing, I was in fundraising too. Like that was more of a hobby. And so I would make that public and I would post, like, oh, $5 more and I'm to $10,000 for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And there was one time where we actually helped keep the lights on. They had us drop off the money early to do that. So I feel like I just already had a little bit of trust there with my own community. But what I did and a big thing about my business too, is most of my team members are in the UK. So they're international, which is really great for, if you're in network marketing, you obviously want to expand. But some things I did right in the beginning were I listened to my mentor, which I told you, she was a graphic designer. She was like a brand expert at the time. And so I listened to every piece of advice I got because I knew once I saw her leave her full-time job and I realized what it could bring, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go all in. So I listened to my mentor. I listened to every single thing and I would try to outwork them.
You listened to her, but then you did it. Like you actually did what she said to do, right? Like you took her tips.
Yes. Yeah, action.
That's the game-changing part, guys. Like you can learn all day. You can go to the back office, you can learn, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to this podcast, you can get all of that, but like you have to take action.
Oh my gosh, the messiest action. Like my memories come up and I cringe so hard, but that you should. If you aren't embarrassed of the content you put out when you were first getting started, then you started too late. You learned too much before you took action. Like you should be embarrassed of the content of the first action that you took. And so, I mean, it's just like cringy, but that's a good thing. And so I did get like, some network marketing haters, some trolls, some people like that. And I just like pushed past, which helped the people that signed up under me. They watched me push past. They watched me, not engage or not, fight back. And that's what helped my team grow. Now, I will say one thing I did wrong in the beginning, which I feel like I would have been able to build more levels down if I listened to systems, if I actually use systems. So extroverts, a lot of the time in network marketing, rely on their own personality. But the thing is, personality isn't duplicatable, but systems are. And so introverts often follow a system, like whether it's a system to prospect or a system to onboard or a system for training or for duplication. And that's what helps network marketers. That's what helps anybody find success in network marketing. Anybody can follow a system. Extroverts just often rely on their personality, which is what I did. I typed out everything. I didn't have like a plug and play. I would just voice message people and just go on and on, but introverts couldn't do that. And so that's where I struggled with duplication until I started learning. And so one thing Fraser Brooks says is he, and I like this, you reminded me of this. He says, your left foot is self-development or trainings, whatever your mentor tells you to do, and your right foot is action. Now, if you just do one, like trainings, you'll go in a circle. If you just do, the right foot, which is action, you'll go in a circle. But if you do left foot, right foot, right foot, that's how you take steps forward. And so I love when he said that. And that's when I was like, okay, like I need to start following a system. And I did. And we started plugging people in, and it took away so much of the stress, and I started gaining my time back. I was obviously like getting burnout when I recruited like 300 people. And so once I started just tagging them, okay, watch this training, message me when you're done, and I'll tell you what to do next. Message me when you're done implementing what you learned, and then we'll talk next. So that way I wasn't wasting my time with the people who weren't planning on doing anything. They were just planning on watching videos. That's something else you kind of have to look out for in network marketing is some people will join you because they just want to throw money at a problem. They're like, okay, I'll buy a business. But they don't understand that they're going to have to talk to people, which is the one true income producing activity, is talking to people. The reason why we do everything is to just lure people into our DMs. Like the reason why we post, is so people will eventually, we can switch that message or that conversation to Messenger. The reason why we engage on post is to eventually get into Messenger. And so I feel like once they realize that they need to talk to people, that's when you figure out who's going to actually be the 1% of, the people on your team, is who's willing to talk to people, and then who just wants to maybe, post their products online and then call it a day.
Amazing. So guys, just so you know, I mean, here's the gist of network marketing. Let's just explain that real quick. Like, here's the deal. With network marketing, you get paid for what you sell, okay? Personally. And that's pretty much the case across the entire board. But then you also have the opportunity to get paid on people that join your team, your organization, that link arms with you, that become, you can call that, you say that you sponsor them, you can say that you recruited them, whatever. They join you, they decide to join you and do life with you and also do business. And you have the opportunity to earn on them, just like any big business, just like literally any business. But it's that you have more control over it because you have the ability to make money on your personal sales. For instance, here's the difference. Like when I owned my Pilates studio, the first obligation was to pay back my loan, pay the rent, and pay my people. I never got the paycheck before all of those happened, right? I had to make sure that those three things happened first, and then I paid myself. Some months I didn't get to pay myself. And that is not the case when it comes to network marketing. You're always going to get paid for the work that you put in. And yes, it's going to be hard at first. And yes, you're going to feel underpaid at first. But like Whitney said, you're going to feel overpaid eventually because you take the time to ask people to do it with you. And you take the time to let people know that whatever you have is a solution to their problem. And you have to just be genuine and let them know that, right? And gosh, Whitney, literally, I feel like you could give us so many tips. You've literally dropped so many good things already. But tell me now how this network marketing, business that you are in gave you the idea to become a network marketing coach.
Okay. So the most, I would say, well, what I love about network marketing the most is coaching people. And so, I learned from experience. I learned from doing things the wrong way. I learned from doing things well. And so I was like, what if I could, have another income of doing the thing that I love doing most, the thing that's actually helped me. And so I realized that people usually join their companies for the person they're joining, the person who influenced them to join, and then the products. And I didn't always want to take that away from people. I don't want, like, say, one of like, say, Stacey, like, I wouldn't want to recruit Stacey into my business because she is in her business for the mission. She's in it for the right reasons. She's thriving. But, sometimes there's chances to where you can mentor people without taking them out of their company. Yeah. And I was seeing this, and, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm not necessarily building my network marketing business right now. Will I start again? Maybe, I don't know. But, for my company, there's a requirement. So you have to buy your products monthly, and every company is different. So I will say, like, with stigmas with network marketing, it's so irritating because each company is so different. Mm-hmm. Most companies don't have a requirement. And I think in my company, you can sell it or you can buy it or whatever, but there's 4 products that need to be sold or bought a month. And during the time of 2020, I didn't necessarily want people, I didn't want to talk about this. I wanted to be very empathetic for the people who are losing their jobs, especially when this was when I was doing the best in my business. Like, this is when I was hitting ranks. But I wanted to help people that were currently in network marketing, the people who wanted to take it full time. And, that's what I did so quickly. And I really knew the missing piece. I was looking at other network marketing coaches before I hired Steph. And it was basically just content coaches. Mm-hmm. They told you, what to post, or it was all mindset coaches. And so I was like, there's just so much missing. There's so much missing from all of this. There needs to be systems, duplication, onboarding, team training, team culture. And I was coming up with my courses as I was looking at everything they didn't have. And then that's when Steph was like, so are you going to fill that gap? And I was like, well, and I already had a podcast teaching network marketing at the time. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And so that was 6 months ago, or it's July. So yeah, 6-7 months ago. And, I have 13 clients, and that's really exciting because I can tell like a difference in the way they show up online. It's almost just, even if you took away everything besides the support that I give them, and then the confidence they have knowing that there's someone that's cheering them on, because your friends and family don't understand what you're doing. Normies just don't get it. You have to, you need somebody who has been where you want to be, or who is where you want to be, in order to get to where you want to go. And, well, at least it's the best way. I'm sure you can, get there eventually, but it's the best way. And so that's why Stacey and I are both coached, because we want to get to the place where our coach is. And so it just felt right. It felt good. And I don't know. I was nervous to start coaching at first. I was nervous, like, what will my team think? Like, will they get upset? What will other people think? But you just have to, people are going to talk shit about us anyway. So like, they're talking about it anyway. Just go ahead and do what you want to do. Like,
totally. And so you guys, Whitney now has Carmichael Leadership, and she has the Balanced Upline podcast. And she has the Balanced Upline Facebook group, which she literally is such a gem in. And her podcast is epic. Like, if you have thought about network marketing, maybe you should go ahead and listen to Whitney's podcast and be like, okay, she literally just dropped so much gold in that one podcast. I feel like I can start and be successful, right? Like, there's no reason to not say yes to that brand that you've been using, that you believe in. There are just so many out there. And it started with like what, Tupperware? I mean, like Tupperware is
Yeah.
probably the original direct sales company. And I mean, look where Tupperware is now, like, and the people that are doing it, it's pretty crazy. They're like literally just rolling in the dough and have so much money they don't even know what to do with. But not only that, they have so much money that they are giving to charities, and they are making huge impacts in the world. And I mean, just direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, it's a really awesome opportunity to change your life. And I really feel like, they say what millionaires have how many streams of income. They definitely don't have just one, okay? Most of them. And so network marketing is a very holistic way to add to whatever you're doing right now. Maybe you're not doing anything. Maybe you start, and that is your gateway to entrepreneurship. But I just think that it's a really smart thing to consider. And if you have questions about brands or different, how different companies are doing things, like message me or Whitney, because we've both been in the industry. And Whitney is a freaking coach, like an amazing coach, and she has a program that can help you out along your journey. And so, I mean, do you agree with any of that, Whit?
Oh yeah, I think it really is. Like you're a business owner without the business owner problems. And
Yeah.
so it really is holistic because you can enjoy your life. Actually, the more you enjoy life in network marketing, the more it will bring you. Like, when you show you and your family going to do these epic things, or, eating this beautiful vibrant fruit or whatever it is, you're influencing people and you're inspiring them to live a better life too. So it's just, these companies, they can pay Kylie Jenner $1 billion to, post one post for 20 minutes, or they can pay 1 billion people, to
Yes.
talk about the products. And so this is our way to get like a piece of these corporations' pie, and they're giving it to us. And so I think it's just so smart. I think it's the way that businesses are going, like with affiliate codes and
Yes.
discount links and like it to know it or like to know it app or whatever. But I think
Yeah.
this is the way it's going. People, they're paying people, and this is good. This is what we want. We're putting, we're redistributing wealth is what we're doing.
100%. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, let's wrap this up. Real truth story. Stacey has to go pick her son up at camp, so we're gonna do that. So before we go, Whit, tell me, what does holistic living mean to you?
Holistic living means to me, man, I would say the first thing that comes in my mind, and I'm a yoga teacher by trade too. That's the first thing I did after I quit my full-time job was, to be completely honest, I was like, well, I need some kind of backup. But I was also, it was on my bucket list too, was to go to yoga teacher training. So I would say waking up without an alarm, and, having an abundance, which I keep saying abundance. I think it's because it's the buck moon tonight. So like when the fruit is the ripest, and
Oh yeah.
it's like in abundance. But to be able to walk into the grocery store without having to check your bank account, getting all of the organic foods that you want, to not have to sweat in line hoping you have enough money to pay for what you want, to be able to raise your own children the way you want to raise them, and live anywhere in the world that you want.
Friend. Oh, that was powerful. That was good. Oh my God, that was powerful. And man, those full moon vibes, they're real. Okay, Whit, tell us, where can we find you? Where can we follow you? And how can we stay in contact?
Oh, wow. Okay. You should follow me on my Instagram, which is Whitney Carmichael. And my Facebook group, The Balanced Upline, that's where I hang out the most. That's my favorite place to be online.
Love it. Okay. You guys must follow Whitney. You're going to find inspiration. You're going to laugh because she's freaking hilarious. And she has so many tips. So if you're already in network marketing, you just now found an amazing resource. You are very welcome. And if you're not yet in it, it's time to start following Whit, because you're gonna love this journey, and it's gonna be amazing. So, all right, everyone, be well. Whitney, thank you for your time and holding space with me today on this beautiful full moon day. I will see you all later.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.